Hello everyone, welcome to Halloween Havoc on Geimaku. Today we're going to look at various DVDs I own. Now these are all horror related, minus Zeiram, but I'm never going to talk about that. I'm going to show you the insides and their special features, and you can judge whether these are worth the price. Now I'm going to kneel down because a lot of these DVDs do require me to be close to them, and I can't stand for that long. We're going to start with Blu Ray. We'll put Blu Ray right here because we'll do Blu Ray last. We'll focus with Generation 1 technology, which is DVD. We're going to start with Zombie. This was released by Blue Underground, aka Anchor Bay Entertainment. I believe this was released in 2004. This is the Lucio Fulci movie Zombie 2, but in America it was called Zombie because in Europe, or in some parts of Europe, Dawn of the Dead is Zombie, and this is Zombie 2. Shock Video or Media Blasters, they have too many subsidiaries. They released their own version of Zombie as the original Zombie 2. However, they never released Dawn of the Dead as they did not own the copyright for that. And that was the end of that. Even in the back it states that this is the unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead in Italy. But in England it was called Zombie Flesh Eaters, which it is. And that's actually a cool name, Zombie Flesh Eaters, because at the time, I don't think there were many zombie films released between 1968, George Romero classic, and 1978, which was when this was released. I was wrong. I was thinking Dawn of the Dead, 1979. This was released in 1979. Dawn of the Dead was released in 1978. Like I said, all these information gets crossed half the time. This was directed by Lucio Fulci. This was remastered from the original camera negative, and it actually does look like it. I've watched the Shriek Show, Media Blasters version. The Media Blasters version looked a little more raw, but I think I prefer but it had a better audio transfers. It had two, I think. It had 5.1 and 2.0, but this one has it as well. And the original mono. I think the Shriek Show version did not have the original mono. I never looked back then. I had it, but I got rid of it. Like I've said in my Remember Me video, I lost a lot of my DVDs. Even before I got them stolen, I had lost a lot of them moving. So, okay, extras include the theatrical trailer, the TV spots, the radio spots. That's how you know how old this movie is. There were radio spots. Nowadays, a lot of people don't listen to regular radio. They prefer their internet radio or even just their iPods. It's really cool to watch these old movies and listen to these old radio spots. I loved radio spots as a kid because I always had to imagine what did it look like. Because a lot of these movies, they would not be trailers for because they were too obscene. But I actually do remember the days of radio trailers and cool TV spots. Now we're going to open it up and let's check it out. Here you can see the Blue Underground catalog. The Blood of Fu Manchu, Circus of Fear, Contamination. I don't remember what that movie was about. I think that was about eggs that made people blow up. There's Baba Yaga. Do not have an idea what the hell that is. I think it may be based off an old folklore trailer. Okay, there's tons of these movies, actually. Dead and Buried, The Final Countdown, The Crazies. That's actually a good film. It's not that good, but it is a good film if you're like in the mood. But if you're not in the mood for an insanity film, it's not for you. Fight for Your Life, Django, Kill If You Live, Shoot, Emmanuel, Eugenie, Grand Slam. I don't know what Grand Slam was about, honestly. God Told Me To. The Prowler, Manaja, A Man Called Blade, Q the Winged Serpent. That's actually, I'll link reviews if I can find them online for these. I think that Cinemassacre reviewed Q the Winged Serpent, so I'll put that video up. Sadomania. I have no clue what the hell that is, actually. Salon Kitty, Shockwaves, Snuff. I think that needs no introduction. The Toolbox Murders, Two Evil Eyes, which is a co-production between Dario Argento and George Romero. Venom, and that's it. On the back you can see the Mondo Cane collection, which is this, I don't really know what Mondo Cane is. I've heard about it. I've seen it. I've seen reviews of it. I think it's about shock value, so that's actually it. We'll throw that away for now. The inside of the box, you can see it's got a picture. I'll pull it out. It's got a picture of the movie itself, which is really cool. You can see some of the zombie work on these guys, and it looks really nice. I thought between Dawn of the Dead and Zombie, I always thought that Dawn of the Dead had more best fresh-looking zombies, whereas Zombie had the best old-looking zombies. Like, the zombies looked old, they looked decaying. One example is, of course, the zombie on the front cover, or at least the front of what here he is. He's right there. That was a really good-looking zombie. I'll link the trailer in the below. All these movies, their trailers will be linked if I can find them. As you can see, this has the chapter listings, which I will say, if you want to see the best part of the movie, it's the big showdown, the shark attack, and zombie flesh eaters. Those are some pretty good chapters, but I do just recommend the shark attack and the big showdown if you get this version of the DVD. The DVD itself has a better picture of the zombie I just showed you on the front. And I actually love this zombie. He looks so decayed. The worms in the eyes, those actually wiggled in the movie, and that's a great, nice touch for the zombie. Now let me put the casing back in. Let me put the case back in. And yeah, I'll link for all these movies. I will link where you can buy them. And this is a really good film. This is just a start. Next is another international film, Zeiram. This is one of the first films that got me into anime, actually, which is really cool. Now, for those wondering how this get you into anime, I watched the movie on Sci-Fi Channel back when they actually showed sci-fi films mostly, and I saw this film by accident. Interesting note, when they promoted this in TV guides, they took the I out and just called it Zeiram. In fact, that's how they say it in the film, Zeiram, instead of Zeiram. The anime and the second movie got this right. I don't have the second film, sadly. I kind of watched it to death. This is another Media Blasters release. Like I mentioned, Zombie 2 was released by them, but as you can see, this is Media Blasters under their Tokyo Shock label. Tokyo Shock includes the Awesome Versus movie, so that's another film I can recommend, but I don't own. There's not really many special features. There's a director's interview with Keita Amamiya and star Yuko Moriyama, who plays Iria. There's some trailers, the US promo picture, the Japanese promo picture, the original Japanese film, which is really cool because the original DVD release a decade ago only included the dubbed version, which I had never liked the dub. I think it's the audio they used. All the voices just sound off. I think it's just the cheap dubbing back in the early 90s. It was the cheap dub version. Now the cheap dub version is on here as well, but it does include the Japanese release, which means you could just listen to the Japanese version too. It's in 1.77.1. I don't know what that means in terms of aspect ratio, but it has an anamorphic widescreen. Now, you probably noticed the case is white. I had to replace the case because it was falling apart. And it's really hard to tell sometimes when you're using this that it has a different case, but a lot of these DVDs I've had to replace cases if I haven't taken care of them very well. Let's look inside. This DVD was released in 2006. Here's the Media Blasters. Yeah, I kept the insert. How cool is that? Okay, let's look at that real quick. Damn it. Alright, as you can see, this is Media Blasters Anime Works for Everyone set. Media Blasters at the time, they were doing lots of releases. and I mean lots. If you didn't see an Idea Blasters release, chances are it was because they were really going out of their way to make sure they weren't releasing in that area. You can see Oh My Goddess, Galaxy High School, Loveless, Midori Days, Tsukisho, Tattoo Master. I think that's a spelling error. It might be Tattoo Master. Tekkaman Blade. Okay, and here's the Tokyo Shock. Can you tell there's no script? There's Tales of Terror from Tokyo. There's Tomy. Those movies sucked. I would avoid those at all costs. Cromartie High School. Cromartie High, the movie. It's on my list. I don't know if I'll ever watch it. The Unborn. And here's their Shriek Show label, which I talked about when I was doing Zombie. Asia Argento double feature. Okay, yeah, she's related to Dario. It's his daughter. There's not really many movies here I actually can avoid. There's Jungle Girls Collection, which is just boring, and Zombie triple feature. That includes Flesh Eater, Zombie Holocaust, and Burial Ground. All three of those films are very, very terrible. Burial Ground, bad film. It's been reviewed by the Cinema Snob. Flesh Eater was created by the guy behind the zombie from Night of the Living Dead, the original zombie, the one you first see. And it's really a slow and painful to watch film. It's one of those really bad and painful ones. It's not even good painful. And finally, Zombie Holocaust. Not even any zombies in it. It goes by an alternate title, Dr. Butcher MD, and honestly that works as a better title. Let's check the back. Okay, there's manga. Pilgrim's Jogger. Yeah, we can... And Icon. Yeah. We don't need to talk about that. Ooh, hot merchandise. Like the Love Bites combo, the Kite combo, and Mezzo Forte combo. Oh, and Versus, like I said, that awesome film. There's some Berserk and Samurai Deeper Kyo plushes, and that's it for this insert. And now we're on to the DVD itself. Pretty simple layout, actually. It has a title, area, probably by Yuko Moriyama on the cover. It's kind of it, actually. There's really nothing to say about it. It's kind of generic, but at the same time, it's really interesting. So we're done with that. Like I said, I'll post a link below where you can purchase it. Now we're on to we're on to an independent release. I'm sorry if I'm going really fast. I'm trying to get a lot of these. I'm trying to get these done before I go to a commercial break. Marble Hornets. I mentioned in my found footage horror article in February that this was one of the ones I would recommend a lot. This is a really good series. The box. It's an independent DVD release, so you're not going to find this at your local FYE or Best Buy. So I'm going to have to put a specialty link in the description. The box itself is this jewel case settings. I hate jewel case boxes, honestly. They break easily on transit. They break easily moving. I honestly have wished that they just use a traditional plastic box rather than this. I've seen traditional plastic boxes that then using double-sided hinges to hold the DVDs. This is just a painful DVD case to look at. It's designed very nice, though. The fact that it looks like a notebook is a really good front. Good idea for the front. The back has a small description. It looks like really, really sloppily typed on a typewriter. That's a really good idea, actually, because typewriters, they give this great look if you don't do them correctly. Now, I originally thought that there was some damage done to it, but no, it's not. This contains 26 entries and multiple to the Arc entries. I wanted to do a review of this series, but sadly I'm not really good at video reviews as of yet. Ignore the barcode. You still can't buy this in stores. Let's look inside. Spooky. And as you can see, the biggest problem shows up right away. The DVDs are not labeled. There's no number on any of the DVDs. It's just black and white. It's gotten to the point where I actually confused the two. and I put disc 1 in by accident before disc 2, or disc 2 instead of disc 1. I've been meaning to take a marker with these, but you know, black on black doesn't work well, and black on white will make it look tacky. I'm thinking maybe I'll just, if I ever do decide to replace the DVD's cases themselves, I am going to just, you know, gut the DVD case for a cover art, which would be easier. Oh, damn it. See, that's what I mean. My DVD case, as you can see, has a broken tab. This was something I really hated the minute I opened it up. This meant that anytime I open the DVD up, it'll break easily, but Season 2 might not have this horrible case, so pick up Season 1 and 2. They actually can get both for $30 on Marble Hornets site. Like I said, I will link it there. Now on to the finale. And we're back after the break. We're looking at the final 3 movies. Before I do, I want to mention that it's actually a couple hours later, so we have a special guest. My dog. Look at him. Look how cute he is. First I want to mention Return of the Living Dead. That is going to be the first movie we'll look at. I hate the stock box work. Now I want to show you something really cool. I own the original VHS tape. That is the original cover that was shown in theaters. Some nice violent images right there. God, I love that. That was the original font as well. This stock font is just, it's ugly. I hate it. There's some extras, audio commentaries, of course, the Decade of Darkness featurette, Return of the Living Dead, The Dead Have Risen. There's zombie subtitles, which are fun. There's not really that much in terms, there's plenty of special features, but I think if they spent like a little extra money on the box art, the cover, and the case, you know, instead of this blue, use a clear or something, that would have been really appreciative. So this is definitely worth a buy if you can fit it for like $10 or something. Anything over 10, just ignore it. Look how cute you are. Okay, next we're going to look at Dawn of the Dead. Now, I'd originally recorded this one yesterday, but I didn't like the way it turned out. I thought it looked horrible. I thought that I was way too lazy when it came down to the review, so I'm redoing it completely. First thing you'll notice, it is entirely black. I love this, honestly. It's got a hollow cover for the lettering, which I love. All the red is hollowed while the white is flat. That is a really nice look in my case. I love the way it looks. I think that they did a really fantastic job with the front cover and the back. Looks like something out of Left 4 Dead, doesn't it? Looks freaking cool. Okay, let's open it up. Yeah, ignore the marks. Dog's the dog got scared by my water bottle. Alright, let's open her up. First thing you'll notice is there's Roger on the back. This is Zombie Roger. This is the traditional zombie that you would see in the movie itself. This zombie is, of course, the one that signifies the whole movie series. He's on the front of the cover. I love the zombie a lot, honestly. He's a part of pop culture at this rate. Inside, there's Fran and there's Steve. Both of these are zombified versions, while Steve, who did become a zombie later in the movie, Fran did not. And I don't remember this sort of makeup in the film. I might not have seen the makeup, but I have watched the film a couple of times in all versions. I've never seen this makeup before in my life. If we open up one more time, we will see the entire cast. All 4 of our survivors just pointing guns at stuff. As you can tell, this is not a stock photo. This was obviously promotional material. This wasn't someone's Photoshop homework. And I think I really like it about that it doesn't look Photoshop. And like the Return of the Living Dead crap we just saw. Someone's Photoshop project. When there's no room in hell, the dead will walk the earth. And Anchor Bay will make an awesome box set. Now, we're going to get to the paper extras first. Now, first off, in all, thick case box sets, all of them come with these paper things. These actually tell you what's everything in there. This is usually on the box, back of the box, and you can tell that it has everything. I will be going through each disc separate, so I want to get to all the cool stuff first. The first thing is you get a comic book. This is the first issue of the Dawn of the Dead comic series by IDW, best known for Doctor Who, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Ghostbusters. They're doing My Little Pony now. They do Parker, the crime series. They do all those awesome special editions. I think they do more. I think they do. No, they don't do Walking Dead. So I'm sorry. I thought they did. They didn't. They don't. I'm not gonna look. I'll find out later. Something also included is a map of the Monroeville Mall. This doesn't really show the stores. You see there's the annex. There's the upper level, lower levels on the bottom. Something I really like about this is they have all this artwork from the movies. And it's really cool. I'll show you the disc art when we get to it. I had to push one of the discs down because I was afraid it was going to fall out. It also lists everything included with each disc, which I think, once again, pretty cool extras. Now let's get to disc 1. Disc 1, of course, has the machete zombie, the zombie famously killed by Tom Savini near the end of the film. This is the U.S. theatrical cut that was released in 1978. And is considered by many to be one of the better cuts. I love the theatrical version, and this was the version I saw on DVD, VHS, and the version I originally owned on DVD. It is presented in a widescreen, enhanced for 16:9 TVs. For those who don't know, that's a rectangular television. That's what the 16:9 means. It has audio commentary by George Romero, Tom Savini, Chris Romero, and Perry Martin, who moderates the DVD. It includes the theatrical trailers, the TV spots, the radio spots, which I mentioned earlier. I love when radio spots, because you used to have to imagine the film if you didn't have TV. Posters, Romero biography, comic book preview, which is useless because we have the comic book's first issue here, so we're previewing the comic as it is. It's presented in 5.1 Dolby and DTS 2.0 and the original mono. If you're a hardcore fan, you'll play it in the original mono. It really is one of those cases where the mono... No, I'm sorry. The dog is now ripping apart my damn pillow, and now I have to move it so he doesn't eat it. This is the biggest problem with having a dog downstairs, dog in your room when you're recording. Warning, and I'm sorry about that. Next is the extended version. This is the version that was mostly released on VHS and I think some bootleg DVDs for a while. And it's not that bad. It's definitely way too long in my case. But if you want to see more gore and like more scenes, extended cut is definitely for you. This one has audio commentary from Richard R. Rubenstein, who was the producer of the film. It has a commercial from the Monroeville Mall, behind-the-scenes photo gallery, memorabilia gallery, and some production stills. However, unlike the theatrical cut, it is only presented in the mono version. It is the same enhancements. Disc 3 has the most history, because like I mentioned when I was mentioning Zombie, aka Zombie 2, this was the original Zombie. This was the movie that was called Zombie in Europe, in certain parts of Europe. In the UK, it was still called Dawn of the Dead, but in Italy, it was called Zombie Dawn of the Dead. This one has audio commentary from David M.G. Kemfory, Scott H. Reiniger, and Galen Ross, a.k.a. The Survivors. It has the UK and international theatrical trailers, the UK TV spots, international lobby card gallery, which is pretty cool, actually. The international poster advertising gallery, the international press book gallery, the home video and soundtrack artwork, which I will honestly recommend because it's pretty cool to see how different people advertise the same product. A biography about Dario Argento, and it's presented in the original 5.1 2.0 Dolby Digital, but it also has the mono. And finally, the documentary, which I will now mention the disc arts. The other three I had no problem with, but this one, it just takes a screen grab from the comic book. It doesn't have any of the uniqueness I saw with the other three. I'll go back and show it to you real quick. This one was the cover art for Zombie when it was released in singular DVD form. This one is some pretty awesome promotional work that would be great with a Left 4 Dead add-on, so fanboys get to work. And this one, it may use a screen grab, but it makes sense in terms of the product, because this was one of the scenes used to advertise Dawn of the Dead, and it's really a good scene. This one just uses a stock comic book photo, which I hate, honestly. I hate when some companies just decide, oh, we'll just use stock comic photos. It's definitely not as good as, say, using an actual photograph. And really quickly, I want to mention that a survivor is behind every disc, which is really cool, I think. And that's it, actually. I got this set for $13 when it was on sale, but it's recently rocketed up to price for like 40 bucks. But I think it's way worth the price, so check it out. Give me a minute to put everything away. Well, just at least give me a minute to fold everything back up. At least. 1 minute. Stay there, little guy, okay? And we're on to the grand finale. Blu Ray. This is the Alien Anthology, and it is heavy. This is all 4 of the legendary Alien films on digital Blu Ray. What else is it going to be? Analog Blu Ray. I want to first say that it's got that nice alien green, which everyone seems to associate with Alien nowadays. It's kind of sad because I usually associate the color blue with Alien, not green. I really, really wish that they had used blue instead of green. I think honestly it's because of Alien Resurrection or something else. I think the first Alien film, had the green light, but I always associate blue with this series more than green. I have never figured out why, but I do. Alright, let's open it up. Little guy wants to be in the video too. Oh god, Colin, you're gonna be the death of me one day. As you can see, it's more of a book than anything. It's yeah, you can chew on that, Colin, if you want to. It's presented in a book style, which I guess I get. I don't really understand why some companies think this is clever. It's just difficult, but it looks nice on the shelf. It definitely makes people if you put it on a shelf, it looked like a picture book, to be honest. Let's open it up though. The front just has the Alien Anthology information, and it just has the title and black. I guess they were thinking you can take this to a convention and autograph it, maybe. I don't know. Okay, here it has a little bit of history on the movie series. Now, this was released in 1979, like a lot of the films. I'll tell you. Look at the camera, Colin. Say hello to the people on the internet. Say hello to the internet, Colin. Say hello to the internet. Is he gonna look at? Is he gonna look at the camera? He's not gonna look at the camera. I was gonna look me though. He's gonna look me. So. The first disc is, of course, Alien. I love they have some pretty nice... Oh, you! Get out of here, you! Okay, alright, I'll play a little bit. Okay, that'll get some out of my hair for a minute. This is the one directed by Ridley Scott. It's Alien. I like the fact that they show some nice progression shots. They show the first shot, the facehugger, baby chest burster, the alien full-grown, the escape, and Ripley in the suit. There's going to be a little spoilers in this video, I'm sorry. It gives a little bit of information about the film, just nothing that big. It doesn't spoil anything, so that's pretty cool. We're going to get to the first downfall of this set. It's getting the discs out. The dog's back. Okay, go get it. The dog's back. The discs slip out easily, and in reality, it does not damage the disc. In fact, I kind of like that because the bottom is actually a non-stick surface, which means the disc won't scuff, the disc won't scratch. So basically, it's down to human error if it gets damaged. There's a picture of the thing, that creature thing, Next is Aliens. Once again, progression shots, but this time I think they're a little out of... Yeah, these ones are out of order. As you can see, there's the first person they're getting their chest bursted. There's a scene from the movie. They're all out of order, actually. These two aren't, but the rest are. This one has a pretty nice DVD case art, showing off the drone alien, which I always loved. I love the drone aliens. There's a picture of the... Oh, Colin! Alright, sorry folks. I really did want to get this done, and I will be getting it done. There's the Ripley fighting the Queen in the power loader, which is always awesome. This is Alien 3. I don't really hate this film. I do enjoy it. Like, I have to be in the right mood, the right settings, everything. Like before, this one's sort of not in the right order. But, you know, I can live with that. I can live with the setting, because that's apparently how the DVD works. There's a picture from the movie. I think they could have used a better picture, honestly. And finally, there's Alien Resurrection, which a lot of people have considered the weakest of all four movies. It's just not as good. It really is kind of bad, but this was one of Joss Whedon's first big written movies, and this probably is what led to stuff like Firefly, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and, well, of course, The Avengers. Duh. Now this shot I think was pretty good. Now we're on to the meat of this set, the final few pages. The archive DVDs. Now these are the reason why you bought the DVDs, this big ass box. These include all the trailers, interviews, making ofs, everything you can think of is in these two Blu Ray discs, and this is the real reason why you would buy this. You can't get any of these extras on the single disc releases, which is why I really do like this box set for everything. All right, we're now on to the other meat of the box set, which is a couple extra, just like 2 extras. This one has all the information you need for what's on the DVD. There's and this thing, disc unbound. I never got this to work, so screw that. This just basically tells you everything that's in here. Like, here we go. Disc 1, Alien, comes with director and actor commentary with, like, anyone you can think of. Sigourney Weaver is not on this DVD, sadly, on this game. On this DVD. She's not on it. Paul McGann was in Alien 3? I did not know Paul McGann was the 8th Doctor was in Alien 3, so the 8th Doctor has the privilege of fighting not only the Daleks, but the Xenomorphs. Oh god, that is awesome. I really have to say, I've never knew that. I never, ever knew that. And that's, I should know that. I should know that. I'm sorry it's shaking. The dog wants lovings. And, like I said, plenty of extras. These are the making of Anthology disc. This has so many things. It's got, like, Aliens, Colonial Marines, sorry. The first of all the discs contains all the dog seems to think it's still happy fun time. It's not. It's bedtime. The dog needs to be going to bed now. And the second disc contains, oh god, everything. Art contests, screen tests, workshop information, all the production schedules and everything, TV spots, you know, Laserdisc information. That's a lot of stuff. So in closing, this was a really good set. I don't know how much it costs now. And look at him. Look how cute he is. Look at him. He does not know where he is right now. He's looking at me. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? I want to play. I want to play." It's like almost 10 o'clock at night, and he still wants to, like, jump around like a lunatic. And it really is, like I said, these are all great. So, that is it. These are all movies you can get for Halloween. These are actually movies I recommend. In order, I'd recommend watching the first 2 Alien films, Dawn of the Dead. Take your pick which one. Return of the Living Dead I'd watch after Dawn of the Dead because it's like a cute little funny thing. Watch Zombie before Dawn of the Dead because honest thing, I don't think he did this on purpose, but this is a great lead-in to this. So, despite the fact that this was released first and this was released second, even though this was in production first and that was in production second, I think that's what I've read. Watch this, then that. Literally, it makes sense. Zeiram is good if you want just a cheesy action, martial arts, super monster suit battle fight, if you don't have Godzilla. And Marble Hornets, just turn the lights off and get your ass scared. In closing, these are all great horror films, and you should watch every single one of them. But, like I just said, those are my recommendations. Tomorrow's video, I will show you how to make some pretty awesome snacks for Halloween. So thank you very much, and have a nice day. Jeanette.